What's going on, traders? Welcome back to another video. We are live in the market right now, and I got the princess here. Say hi, princess. But we're in the Dow Jones right now, and I have been waiting for this this rejection to happen. All right, guys. So we are moving nicely. So now stop loss, of course, comes back here, and we're bringing stop loss in profit to about 15 bucks. So now we are risk free on this trade set up. All right, I am back, and price has came all the way, pull all the way back up here. We got a zone being respected as well as a trend line being respected, and we're in an overall uptrend on the 4-hour chart. So those are like confluences that I look at when I'm trading price action based on market structure. So we'll see. But this could just be, honestly, price rejecting the zone, pulling back a little bit, and then hopefully we'll get the drop after. I don't know what it's going to do, but it needs to stay up under that blue trend line. We've already broken under structure. We should be ready to go. We've already broken structure. We should be ready to go. So I really don't want to see price come back above. And I'm going to bring this down to about right above this wick here now, because price should definitely not. If it eats this wick back up, it's just not going my way. So we're going to lock in 225 for sure. So I like this. Like, this is what we want to see. Breaking previous wick, breaking the low of the previous wick. I like that. There we go. Starting to come on down. So we went from an $800 stop loss, looking to make, $14.95, essentially $1,500. We went from that, an $800 stop loss, to a $25 in profit, essentially break even trade, to a $200 break even trade, or in profit, trade, or break even, whatever you want to call it, to now $185 break even or in profit trade, to now take profit being hit. And our balance is now $51,836.30 with a total profit of $1,501.60 for the day. All right, trading fam. So we just capitalized on a big move on the US 30 market. You just saw me close it out just now. Well, actually, it took me out of the trade in profit. I didn't have to do nothing. And these are the type of trades that I like. Trades where you can set, forget, bring that stop loss into profit, and just run risk free. And really, it's a win-win situation, because if it reverses, you still make a little bit of money. But if it goes your way, you get that big profit off of that big move. So I bet you're probably asking, well, Calvin, what are those 5 easy to spot confirmations that you used to identify this potential big move on the US 30 market? Well, guess what? I'm going to give it to you right now. There's only 3 things that the market does over and over again. Number 1, the market trends upward. So we call this a uptrend in trading. So you'll see a series of highs, lows, highs being formed in any market that you're looking at. This is one thing that the market does over and over again. Another thing that the market does over and over again is the reverse, the actual opposite of this, which is it trends downward. All right. So it forms what's called a downtrend. Okay, this is the second of 3 things that the market does over and over again. Now, the third thing that the market does over and over again is it consolidates or it accumulates. All right. And that's when the market's moving literally side by side, moving up and down, going side by side. And it's basically in a trading range. And if you took a line and put it at the top and took another line and put it at the bottom, you will literally see price moving in between that high and that low, or that top and that bottom. And you can literally put a line straight through the sideways movement. And that just lets you know that the market is in a consolidation or accumulation state. All right. So understand that the market is always, every market is always doing one of these 3 things. So your job, before you even spot these 5 easy to notice confirmations that help me find these big moves, you need to be able to understand that the market is only doing one of these 3 things. And your first job is to spot which of these 3 things is the market you're looking at today doing. All right. And once you're able to spot that, guess what, ladies and gentlemen, you're now ready. So when I come to my 4-hour chart, I'm looking to see what is this market doing. So when I come to the 4-hour chart on the Dow Jones, we can clearly see that the market is doing one of these 3 things. And what it's doing is it's doing the first thing that I mentioned, which is it is trending up. All right. We have a series, as you can see, we have a series of highs, lows, and then new highs being formed on a 4-hour chart. All right. So that's the first thing I do when I come to the market. So now that that is confirmed, the next thing I do is I just come down to the 1 hour. And I literally look at the same thing, which on the 1-hour chart, which of these 3 things is the market doing on the 1-hour chart? Well, clearly we can see on the 1-hour chart, if we just look at what the market's doing here, here, here. And even if we go back over here, we can see clearly that the market is clearly doing the same thing that the 4-hour is doing, which is trending up. All right. So that is confirmed as well on the 1 hour. So then I also come down to the 30-minute chart and I'm doing the exact same thing. Calvin, which of the 3 things is the market doing? All right. What is it doing? So here on the 30-minute chart, we can do the same thing. So we can just even track from all the way back here. We are consistently obeying structure, and we are creating highs and we are creating lows here. All right. So very, very easy on the 30-minute chart. All right. Now what I like to do is I like to go back to my 4-hour and I like to start drawing some trend lines up because I'm trading price action and market structure. Like that's the only thing I'm trading. So I need to use things like trend lines. I need to use things like buyer support, seller support to help me gauge where price action is going. So on the 4-hour, I may draw a trend line. This is my first touch point. This is my second touch point right here. I may just draw trend lines that kind of bounce around price. All right. So I drew that one on the 4-hour. And then here on the 1-hour chart, I got my first touch point, here. Second touch point would probably be about, let's just say right there on the trend line. And then on the 30-minute chart, I could do myself a little better here on the 30-minute chart because now I got a touch point here, let's just say one touch point here and then another touch point right there on the 30-minute chart. So I got multiple trend lines here that I'm drawing up just to try to gauge, where price is rejecting and where we can possibly get a break of structure to figure out where we're going here. All right. So that's another thing there. Next thing I'm doing is I'm looking to draw some zones. Like what are some major zones? And I may look at my 1 hour. I may look at my 4-hour, right? What are some major, buyer seller support areas where price has gone and respected that can help me gauge where price is going in the short term, right? So I'll draw a zone here, right? Also draw a zone here, right? As well. So just drawing zones that's helping me just try to track price in. And I could do that on any time frame, right? It's just all about tracking structure. Now let's look at what made me get into this trade. So the first confluence is like we're sitting at a higher high. So on the 4-hour chart, we were sitting at a higher high. 1-hour chart, we were sitting at a higher high. 30-minute, we were sitting at a higher high. Before this news happened, we were sitting, or not news, but before the market opened, we were sitting at a higher high. That's the first thing. So that's number one. That's the first thing there. We're sitting at a higher high. That's number 2. We failed to close above yesterday's high. So number 3, we broke and retested a buyer's, so a uptrend trend line. All right. So that's market structure saying, hey, I'm going down. I respected a buyer's trend line, retested that buyer's trend line, and then I closed under, let's go back to the 15-minute chart. I closed under 2 buyer support levels. So that's the 4th confirmation or confluence, right? And it's just reading price action. So then this is, of course, where I took the entry at on this candle here, the opening candle. So that's where I took the entry. On the next candle, we proceeded to push under a second trend line. And those are like 5 price action confluences to validate this trade setup. All right. And then, I mean, you guys just saw the trade. So it worked out beautifully. And yeah, it's like I still think it's gonna drop. Because if you look at just where we are right now, we're at the bottom of this zone. And so our projected TP, or ideal TP, where I would have wanted to take it, was down here. All right. So let's go back to my chart. That area would be, I think that would be right here. Let me go to the 30-minute chart. Yeah, I think that'll be right here. This is ideally where I said I would have wanted to hold it to. So it could potentially continue to drop and go there. Because on the 30-minute chart, we're just 2 candles in. So it's probably going to pull back a little bit and it could continue to drop. Okay. Going into the 3rd hour here of the New York session. All right. So that's pretty much like it. Again, this is normally how I do my intraday trades on my Forex accounts, like when I'm holding setups. But again, same principle used here on this trade setup. And it's just using basic things, support and resistance, trend lines, and just looking at the 4 hour, 1 hour, 30-minute, and just looking at where we're trending and using the trend lines and the support areas to validate which way to take the scalp trade for the day. All right. So, hey, it's your boy Calvin, man. And we on this journey, baby. We on this journey. We getting better every day and a good day. But today was a decent day. All right. God bless you. Take care. I look forward to running into you at the bank one day, but you cannot meet me there. You cannot meet me there. You got to beat me there. Listen to that clearly. You cannot meet me at the bank. You got to beat me there. When I pull up, you should already be walking out. Duffel bag on your shoulder, big smile on your face. That's just my way of saying I believe we all are going to be successful. Till next time, God bless you. Peace.